Hello, it's Baby Reviews from the Prohibition Pig in Waterbury, Vermont. This is the home of The Alchemist, and I've also many wonderful shops that we seem to be missing. And it's also my mum's birthday again still, so this is her birthday meal. It's a little barbecue place, it's the Prohibition Pig, but most importantly, they seem to have the most exotic and amazing list of beers I have ever seen in my entire life. They have Lawson's Finest Liquid on, they have 2 beers from The Alchemist, so I've got Heady Topper, and I've also got Ouroboros, which is a double IPA with orange peel. They've got Rock Art, they've got Prohibition Pig stuff, they've got Lost Nation, Trap Lodge, Allagash, Schlitz, everything you can think of. Hill Farm said they've got a couple from as well, so absolutely amazing stuff they've got here. And most importantly, we've got the Prohibition Pig Pale Ale, which is brewed with Rock Art Brewing Company. It's Simcoe, Amarillo, and Citra in this one, so it's, you know, the 3 big hitting hops in the world right now are in this glass. If you see the lacing on it, it's beautiful. It's a wonderful, completely clear straw colour. It's wonderful looking in the glass. Got a nose on this. It certainly has dense citrus of Simcoe and Amarillo, but it also has the little bit of the tropical mango lychee kind of peach puree. It smells quite creamy from Citra. It does smell really good. And you know, we've got 3 exceptional IPAs here. So this one's going to have to hold up quite well. This is, I forgot what percentage it is actually. I think it's 5% this one. It is, get this 5% this one. So I'll go this one first. Cheers. It's got quite a malty little, it's almost like a wheaty malt flavour right at the back of the throat, and then you get the creamy mangoes like cheese, you get the citrus. It's quite dense in terms of flavour, but it's also not too overpowering, it's not too bitter as well. It's nice and light on the palate, so it's quite an easy drinking beer. Overall, it's a really good pale ale. It's a really good pale ale. Well done to Lost Out, Rock Out even, and Prohibition Pig on that one. Next up, Score. Oh, Score, I mean Score, yeah, we'll do Scores at the end. And next up, this one's a little friend of ours. This is Heady Topper once again, but this time this is actually on draft. This is one of the only places in the country that gets Heady Topper on draft. This is fresh today, delivered today. Completely cloudy as we're expecting. The head is amazing. It is thick and fluffy as anything. Going for some aromas. Wow. Again, it smells exactly like a hop kernel. It's the closest thing to pure distilled hop juice I've ever smelled in my entire life. It's so unbelievably rich. It's like the densest. It really is. There's no other way to describe it. So let's go in for a bit of flavour again. Cheers. Can't believe it's 2 days, and there's many days in Heady Topper. Yep. It definitely hasn't changed. It's distilled hop juice. I can't describe it anymore. If you like hops, if you like double IPAs, this is the ultimate one. The perfect hop flavour. They've just got the best blend of hops in there. It's creamy, it's peaches, it's mango, it's citrus, it's a bit of tropical fruit, every single hop flavour distilled into one, piney as anything. A little bit of caramel sweetness to float through. Nice chunky mouthful, but smooth. It like coats the tongue with carbonation. It's wonderful. Really is wonderful. That's an 8% by the way, just so you know. Because the next one is 8.5%. This is Ouroboros. This is Heady Topper's other beer. I think it's one of the only other beers they do. This is double IPA again. This time done with, I think it's with orange peel, but I think in particular it's bitter orange peel. So yeah, roughly the same colour as the Heady Topper really, completely cloudy as anything. Perhaps a little bit lighter, just a little bit more strawy rather than apricotty. Nice lacing again, wonderful lacing on the top. So again, get some aroma. Ooh, dip my nose again. It's that good. This one's got a little bit more subdued. It is certainly sweeter. Best way I can describe it, it's a much sweeter palate. It is a lot more orangey, as you can probably tell. It's more something along the lines of satsumas and mandarins and all those sweet kind of citral fruits you can think of. There's also a little bit of pine in it too, but not too much. Unfortunately, I'm sat right next to the kitchen, so I must have smelled bacon, but that's probably just the kitchen. So, cheers everyone, let's go for another Alchemist. Now this has got a lot richer malt body. It's got a lot more toffee flavour in it. It's like a little bit more sweet, a little bit more caramelised sugar flavour. And then it's got a bit of the sweet hot notes coming through. It is still quite got a nice bitterness to it, and it's got a sweet satsuma and mandarin flavours, and then you get this nice little bitter, like an almost bitter orange, not bitter lemon like you sometimes grab it, but like a bitter orange pith, like orange pith sort of taste. Very nicely balanced actually. It's not the absolute hot monster that Heady Topper is. It shows that perhaps the Alchemist can do a little bit more of a balanced beer. It's really nice, and it's got a few extra percentage points, so it feels a little bit more. Heady Topper doesn't feel at all alcoholic. It feels completely sippable. You could drink it like water. Well, Ouroboros has got a little more punch behind it. So, what about ratings? The Prohibition Pig one's an easy 9 out of 10, one of the best pale ales I've tried in a while. I think the Hill Farmstead Edward was probably better than that, though. I mean, Hill Farmstead got a reputation, it certainly lives up to it. Heady Topper, need I say any more? It still hasn't lost anything, still a 9.5, it's easy. And the Ouroboros, I think I'd probably want to give it something like a 9 out of 10. Just as it doesn't live up to the standards of Heady Topper, obviously. It's a lot more balanced in flavour, but it's not as out there as some more experimental double IPA, shall we say. It stands up very well against things like Racer X that we've tried so far, and Lawson's Finest Liquid, although that was probably better than that. So 9 out of 10, I think. So please like, favourite, comment, subscribe, all the usual things. Till our next beer review. Cheers. Hello, welcome to Bear Reviews, still the Prohibition Pig. I have to stay for one more because it's me. We've gone for the most unusual one on the menu. This is Lost Nations, Goza. For those who don't know what Goza is, it's an absolutely defunct beer style from Germany. It's a sour beer, but it's got salt in it. This one in particular is with coriander and salt, so it's unusual, to say the least. It's 4.6%. It is cloudy, a cloud kind of straw colour. Not much head on it, but it does lace quite well. On the nose, it does smell. It has hints of coriander because it has coriander in it, but it does smell distinctly tart and self-fermented. But it does have particularly piquant. It's particularly sour. It's not a usual kind of lemon funk that I'm used to from Bray. It's not a smooth sourness. It is quite intense. It smells particularly off, shall we say. It's a bit of an unusual smell. I can see why it's quite an old, unusual beer style. So cheers everyone, give it a try. Yeah, what dominates things in my palate is like a gooseberry kind of tartness, and in fact the taste isn't far off gooseberries as well. So it's a nice bit of coriander freshness running through it, but very, very, very sour grapefruit, gooseberry tartness around the entire palate. And it does have salt in it, so you get this kind of salty mouthfeel as well, like you have a teaspoon of salt, that almost intense sweetness and saltiness at the same time. It's quite unusual, It's not the best sour beer I've ever tasted, to say the least, but I probably think it's probably more the style. It's just an unusual flavour, and it takes probably a bit of while to get used to. Probably give it an 8 out of 10. It's quite nice. I could definitely get used to it, but it's an unusual style as it goes. But I'm quite glad I tried it because it's such an odd, unusual style. It's coming back a bit more into vogue, so more people are doing it. So it's nice to see someone, a random little brewery in Vermont, try it, and pretty good take for it, I must say. So please like, comment, subscribe, usual stuff. Until next beer review. Cheers.